Okay, he is down the first one, and he's working his way through a third. Whilst you've been nursing the first one. He is looking quite inebriated.
Does he seem to be getting, like, more... Is he opening up, or is he a quiet drunk, just to give me an idea of what his body language is looking like here?
He's opening up.
Okay, so does he say anything to me?
You know, when you're... Have you ever had a boss that doesn't pay what you're owed?
Well, as I said, in the factory I used to work in, that was exactly my situation as well.
This guy, he's such a prick. He says plough the fields. You plough the fields. He says you didn't plough the fields well enough, so he cuts your pay.
And then he goes home about 2 hours before he should do, and you're expected to fill in for him. Am I right?
Yeah. you get me. But I've got a plan, though.
I'm listening.
Come. He kind of puts his arm around your shoulder and leans you in really close, so your cheeks are touching one another, just awkwardly close.
You know,
his breath stinks.
I felt we had a connection. Kind of grimacing a little bit right away. You have my attention.
Oh, he's not gonna like what I'm gonna do. You see one of these? He kind of reaches into his cloak and he just pulls out a little sapphire wand, just slightly, and then pushes it back into his coat. He's got a worm in it. He's gonna destroy his fields. He's gonna have nothing.
You know, I could do something like that myself, actually. I mean, obviously, I've seen better days now, but I would quite like to have my own back as well. How can I get one of these?
Well, you see that if you know someone, they can get them for you.
Now Grex will put his arm around this guy, sort of, who's already got cheek to cheek, and just goes, I believe I do know someone.
You do?
So...
I'm someone.
Like now Grex will just sort of like just shake the guy down. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my friend. I knew I met a good friend this day.
Yes, I can get you one. What do you want? They have lots of things.
I'm interested in all of the things.
All of them? You have that much gold?
He just taps the top hat once again and just goes, sometimes in life, you have to think big. Tapping the top hat for emphasis.
I see. Right. Okay. I can get a meeting for you. What was his name? His name was... It was Derek. That was it. Derek. No. Dennis. Get you a meeting from Dennis. He'll get you one. With that, he'll let go and suddenly stand up, and he kind of sways to the side suddenly, knocking over his chair. Yes. I will 2 hour. 2 hour. Kind of stumbles to the slide and knocks over another person.
Actually, I'm going to, if he starts saying something about I actually move to Stadium. Oh, sorry, not Grex moves to Stadium. Just, to show that he's kind of thinking about his well-being.
He kind of notices and goes, thanks. Oh, you're so great. He kind of puts his arm around you, just leans on you. Let's that way.
Okay.
He points to the door.
Very good. Well, I mean, I'm here for your support, but you know where you're going, so I suppose just point or shuffle whatever you want to do. I mean, it's
Is
your
that
meeting.
he's kind of shuffling you along and leaning on you heavily. When he gets to the door, he kind of turns around and goes, "Bye, fuck off."
Ah, such a beautiful relationship.
And you're out the door. And you were stumbling down in the direction that Simeon and Flint both took. I'll jump back over to Simeon, Flint, and Finian. I think you all moved together, didn't you?
Yeah. They were.
Right. So,
Is-
what are you guys
is this-
doing now?
Is this guy knocked out?
He's knocked out, yes.
Good work, Finian. Didn't play my part correctly, but done.
Yeah. You knocked him out.
But you caught him. You did the work, lad. Go and watch the alley. I don't want anyone to come down.
He nods and he runs down the alley from the way you came and stands at the end.
I wanna search this guy, see if he's got anything on him of interest.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Good at that. I had plus nothing.
Okay, you're solid. Okay. First thing you find is a large bag of gold containing 500 gold pieces. You find a smaller bag of gold which has 3d8 gold in it. Seems to be his personal one. There's a couple of daggers, and he has a few maps of the area. As you unfurl the maps, as you're generally looking through them, you see a campsite noted on one of them near the town. That's a bit to the northeast.
Okay.
Is it where the ambush was supposed to be happening?
It's not on any road.
Okay.
Okay. I will. Is Flint with me? I kind of like said go and get Nargrax, but I don't know if you retconned and he's with me now.
He kind of followed you. He was kind of implying that he followed you.
Okay.
Stayed kind of with. I think.
Yes.
Kind of what I got from Flint.
Yes.
Turn to you and got any magic that can affect the mind? Specifically asking for like any sort of charming spell.
No, I can't say that's my expertise.
No, you're much better with the fire, huh? All right. How do you want to play this? Sort of looking down at him. I'll hand the map off. Could have a lead here. We saw him handing a package off.
Package of what though? Could just be a harmless transaction for all we know.
Could have been. That kind of seedy place. It's not one for legal transactions. Let's see if Nargax catches up to us. Might have better information.
Did you say that? You hear a voice kind of echoing over the din from the town. It's a very bad singing voice. Oh, she once loved me. She left me ashore. Nagrex, you are slowly shuffling down the street with him screaming into your ear, attempting to sing.
Is he say? I suppose does Nagrax commit to the pet?
I don't know, just
You?
It's one of those moments where I'm thinking, nah, Nagrax is going to just stay quiet and he'll just probably say, you have an absolutely lovely singing voice.
I know, right?
Saying quite loudly as to kind of actually get his attention because I'm guessing this is quite loud.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I should be a bard. Oh, if only I could use my hands properly. He tries to wiggle his fingers, but he can't really wiggle them that well.
I'd probably say Doom. At a moment where he isn't immediately speaking to me, I think. Let me just see what this is actually going to require. Sort of like Nagrax is just going to say, I might just have to concentrate on something for just one moment. Just need to think about something. With that,
she loved me.
Nagrax is going to cast Sending. I'm guessing this guy is way too inebriated to really care what I'm doing.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah, so Sending is basically going to allow me to send a telepathic message. I think I'm going to send it to Simeon because he's the guy I sent away, and I'm going to... Which direction did I go in after the bar?
You went the same direction that they actually went, so it's the left.
So am I heading towards them?
Yes.
Okay, I suppose I wouldn't know exactly which way they went, so I'll just go... So, Simeon, no longer at the bar. Heading towards the left. I'm not sure which way you went, Nagrax.
Assuming you received this message.
Am I able to reply back with that spell?
I don't think you can.
Is it actually a message?
It's Sending specifically.
Uh.
Because I believe that the message rocks are only one way, aren't they?
Message rocks are, yes.
Yeah, and I think we've got quite short. So short message to up to 25 words to creature you're familiar. Oh wait, and can answer in a like manner immediately. Yeah, it recognizes the voice if they know me. So yeah, so you can reply to me. I'm guessing again as long as it's under 25 words. But I don't think we can continue talking. I think it's just I send a message, you reply.
Okay, I'll just direct you where I am. I don't know where I am in relation to you.
Okay,
I'll say you are able to send precise directions to Nagrax.
Would Nagrax know if he needs to deviate his course? I need to head towards.
You know that you're heading in the right direction. In a couple of hours' time, you turn left.
Right. Okay. So if I'm going to be heading towards them anyway, I won't sort of say or do anything. I'll just let this guy continue to guide me.
Okay. As you guys keep going, you come up towards the alley, and he seems like he's not going to turn down the alley.
He's not going to turn down the alley. Okay,
so you're a really good guy. He kind of pats you on the chest. You're a good guy, you know.
You know, I actually have a couple of friends of mine who live around here that could probably help us out.
What? You got friends?
Yeah. Just down that left alley there. We just missed a turning.
Oh. He kind of gets up from you and starts to stumble forward. I like friends.
Okay, so with that, so I basically use that to course correct him towards the party. Yep. Okay, so
he stumbles down the alley, and you pass Finian on the way, who just kind of gives you a raised eyebrow.
So as Nagrax passes Finian, he's just going to say, "Ah, my young friend, Mr. Pythagoras is back." Kind of like moving his eyebrows rapidly to kind of signal to Finian to play along.
Yes! Pythagoras! Hi!
Why don't you let the others know that I'm coming?
Yes!
I brought a friend. He's going to be quite useful
Friends!
He's going to be useful.
Pythagoreans!
Yes, the Pythagoreans. Exactly.
Yes! Them! They are here! He's very, very stiff as he's moving.
This guy probably doesn't care though, let's be honest.
He does not even notice.
So, if I can get near to Finian, I will just whisper in his ear. Finian, I'm using an alias. I'm Mr. Pythagoras at the moment. Run ahead, let Flint and Simeon know that I'm acting. Quotes. And just tell them to play along with what I'm saying.
Hey. Daddy kind of jumps on ahead, and the fellow goes, "Whoa, he goes fast."
In our line
Finian rounds the corner and looks towards Simeon and Flint. Play along. It's a little bit weird. I don't get it.
What's Nargak's done now?
And with that, the drunk fellow stumbles around the corner.
Oh,
He looks at Simeon.
I see.
He looks at Flint. Then looks at the guy on the ground. Dennis! You can't sleep here.
Jeez, do you? Is this the guy?
This is
Kind
Dennis.
of looking slightly annoyed at Simeon and Flint as he says this.
I look around like, what?
I'm just like standing back saying it wasn't me.
Sort of like, I'll pat this guy on the chest. My new friend here was going to take us to his contact so we can get our hand on some merchandise that can help us rise up against the, is it disenfranchised or malnourished? I don't know. Against bad people. Bosses. Yes, bosses.
Rude bosses.
But I can see that you've already met.
You could say that.
He's gone down onto his knees. He's kind of holding up Dennis's arm and dropping it. Holding it, lifting it up, dropping it. Dennis, you can't sleep here.
I'll stash the maps away.
Mhm.
Hand off the big sack of gold to Flint. There you go. Have that. Sort of bend down and slap this guy awake. My friend.
What? Why is he sleeping?
We probably should. How about we go into another bar so we're just not out in the open? Does that sound good to everyone else? Kind of looking around nervously as Nigrak says this.
He stands up. He goes, he looks at you. You know what? That's a good idea. He kind of slips suddenly on Dennis's arm. He falls back and smacks his head on the ground. He doesn't move.
Did he knock himself out?
Yes.
So how did you get on in there?
Up until that moment, quite well.
I still have no idea what's going on here.
What did you learn?
Well, basically, he has one of the
Flint
sapphire
here
ones.
seems to think that we had made a mistake.
No mistake. This man I'm with was the recipient of. I assume this guy actually has the wand on him still, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Nigrax will kind of like, he won't touch the wand because he doesn't know how it's activated, but he'll kind of like, if it's in a package, just kind of pull enough of the package back to reveal the existence of the wand.
Can I study the wand?
Oh, we were correct. Flint, would you look at that?
Yes.
Sure, you can roll Arcana.
In fact, I'll let Flint do that first.
24.
Right. There's a triggering rune on the side of it. You have to run your finger over vertically, then horizontally, and that triggers the rune to, the sapphire to basically shatter and let go of whatever's inside of it.
Oh, there's a triggering rune here. Can I tell what's inside it?
Yeah, you know, with that, yeah. There's some kind of large worm creature.
Yes.
It seems to be along the lines of what you fought previously.
It's like, yes, this is the triggering room right here, I say, pointing to Nagrax. And here, well, it's like where the worm is being held.
Okay, so at least we won't set this off accidentally. Apparently it concerns a worm. This
Yes, I just said that.
Oh, sorry. I felt about 100 of my brain cells die whilst I was with this individual. So if I seem a little bit slow, I apologize. However, I do eat
You've been drinking. I'd say sniffing.
a little bit, yes, but if you'd had to put up with what I just had to put up with, you'd probably understand. Anyway, my previous point still stands. We probably shouldn't just stay out here with these two unconscious people.
This mission we were on, did we have to break up this smuggling ring, or is just informing the guards about it enough?
It was to deal with it.
So we can't just bring these two to the guards and go, "Hey, we found him."
No.
I mean, we could, but I don't think that'd help.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any rope? I said, like, stroking my beard.
I should do. I don't think I've used it.
In that case, you'll probably have your 50 feet.
I have 9 feet of rope. Sorry, 9 meters of rope. Is that's enough?
Should be enough to tie these guys up, I imagine.
It's a meter.
9 meter. I don't know why it's an odd length. I think it was just more old for it.
Alright, so you tie them up any particular way? Just hog tie them.
I'll not hog tie them, but I'll buy the hands and legs.
Okie dokie. Yeah, you do that, and they're now just sat in the middle of a lying down in the middle of a muddy alley, tied up.
Okay, what's our surroundings looking like at the moment?
It's a pretty dilapidated alley. Large wooden fences on either side, rubbish crates, makeshift bins full of random rotten food.
Do we hear any activity at the moment?
Only some small activity from in the houses and mostly from on the streets. You can hear people talking.
Like, for example, when I do you know that crowd that we saw towards the beginning? How far away was that from our destination?
I'm going to say 200 meters.
200 meters, so would it be reasonable to say that I would be able to still hear that commotion if it was still going on?
Yeah, you could be able to hear it faintly as background noise.
And is it still going on as far as I can tell?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to probably be a distraction. Okay, so Nigrax in that case is going to say, let's just take them into a side alley just so we're not out in the open here.
You're pretty much just alley.
Are we actually in the alley at the moment?
It's 2 ways, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so in that case, Nigrax will say, we probably just want to go to an alley with a dead end just to ensure that nothing can come behind us.
Yes, that would be wise.
So I'd say Nigrax will pick up one of the bodies.
Are there any buildings around us that look abandoned?
Roll perception.
They all look the same to me.
Yeah, they all look the same. You can't tell.
That'll be an 8.
Okay, as you're moving these bodies, I'm going to make you guys make one stealth check. And we're going to take what's about the average between your rolls.
Right, and unfortunately I do this with disadvantage.
Okay, so
6.
6.
I mean, honestly, my advantage roll isn't much better.
Yeah, 20.
Okay, that's pretty good. And that's terrible.
Guys, come on, stop tracking the average down.
You know what? Given it was a nat 20, I'm going to let this pass.
That's not very nice of you, frankly.
You have one
Hey,
moment where you think someone's about to come down one of the alleys. You hear footsteps. It just turns out to be a cat. It passes you.
It's a fucking loud cat if I can hear its footsteps.
It was a big cat.
Like tiger? Like...
Yeah,
So,
it was tiger size, yes.
okay, so what do we end up doing?
You managed to find a dead-end alley.
Okay, so find
There are broken bits of wood strewn about it. It seems to be a bit of a dumping spot. Bit overgrown. Obviously, it's not many people come to this particular alley end.
Okay, I'm just.
How dark is it?
Quite dark.
Right, so I think in that case, what Nigrax is going to say here is it might be a good idea to separate these two. I have an idea. Just waiting for the others to respond before he continues.
Just looking at you, waiting for you to tell us what the idea is.
So, Nigrax will say, it would seem that this hat doesn't have the same limitations as your hat, Flint. I'm thinking that I take on the appearance of this guy here and try to talk to this Dennis. Impersonating him, I mean. So I can try and get the information out of him. Maybe sort of act as his savior, just to avoid suspicion. And then I suppose you try to Well, I suppose we don't really need the other one anymore. We already learned all we can from him. He just wanted to buy the wand in order to incriminate, well, to in his boss's livelihood. I believe you already have the money for the transaction from the other, so this one is the one who's important to us. We probably don't. I probably wouldn't recommend that we kill him, though. It seems that we've already got one. They're investigating our last body. We don't need to leave another one. Maybe just take him somewhere.
I thought that hiding place was perfectly fine.
Maybe just leave him somewhere nearby.
Let him sleep it off. Won't be awake for a while, I'm sure.
So-
I've seen plenty of his kind.
So with that, Nagrax will sort of take the top hat off to end the spell. Look towards what was that guy's name actually?
What name I gave, to be honest.
I can't remember. That guy. Sort
That
of.
guy.
Yes.
I'm going to turn into that guy and put the top hat
Okay.
back on because it doesn't specify that there's a limit on how many times I can do this with the actual hat disguise.
Sadly, there is not.
Unfortunately for you. So now I am that guy with a top hat.
Noted.
So, I'll untie the knocked out guy, and then I'm going to go. Is there anything around in this alley? Any large crates, barrels, anything like that?
There's lots of broken bits of wood. I'm going to say there's not really anything that's intact.
Is there anything I can? It's a dark alley. Can I just sort of sit next to something, cloak up, just in the darkness, just done enough?
Roll stealth to see how well you hide yourself.
Oh,
That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that
fuck
one.
off with this stealth rolls, man.
Yeah, 12. Okay. You blend in partially with the wall. If someone, if he agitated, he might pick you out. But if he's got no reason to be agitated, then he's not going to see you.
These guys watch what I'm doing. I'll just poke my head back out the shadow. I knocked him out. He'll be suspicious if I'm there.
I'll take off my hat and hand it towards him.
Can't see him. He's invisible.
Or where I think he is. Is him here? And they say, I'm the wizard.
Poke my head back out. Flint, I'm here.
Oh, want to try this instead?
Takes time to attune.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, of course.
And also, your thing now ended.
It did. I'll put it away in my bag.
Okay. So,
Let Nargrex deal with this alone. He'll be suspicious if others are there.
Okay, so
Yes.
now
Hide.
Grax is buying himself with
I'll
this guy
hide
now.
as well then.
Okay. So what are you
Hey,
going to
what's-
say, Doom?
Flint, what are you doing?
Can I use the hat to disguise myself as a crate? Or does it have to be humanoid?
Has to be
Are we
humanoid.
prop hunt now?
Well,
Have you got mana illusion?
can disguise self. I'll just see exactly what disguise self.
It's specifically changing you into
Yeah,
a humanoid
so it's,
appearance. So,
Yeah.
if you got mana illusion, you'd be sorted.
No,
I don't.
that is unfortunate. For
Yeah,
us.
I'll try and hide in some shadows as well then.
Okay, then.
You do not have
Roll
hiding shadows
stealth.
either.
And 18.
Okay,
It's actually
you pick up a piece of wood and you put it in front of your face, but you actually blend in really well when you do this.
I'm getting images of Konohamaru with his cape for some reason. It's like,
Okay. So. Right.
Now, Grex, you're alone. You don't know where they are.
You just hear the sound of a head smacking against brick. Simeon's just
Did I see the guys?
saw
leave?
him do that. For fuck's sake.
Did I see the other three leave? Doom?
Yeah, basically, you
Oh.
said hide.
Okay.
I'd say Finian just went away.
Fair enough. Finian just wandered off. That's reasonable. I can understand really why. So
he's had enough foul shit.
So Nagrax takes a minute to compose himself, and he tries to recall this guy's nervous body language from earlier, before he got drunk.
Kind of a little bit hunched over when he's speaking. He's kind of playing with his hands quite a bit.
Yeah, so he's trying to imitate that as much as possible. Did he actually hear any of the conversation, Nagrax?
Only a couple of bits and pieces towards the end.
Can you remember any phrases?
Not that guy said, really. At that point, you were listening to the other guy speak.
It was more to the other guy. Okay. So, in that case, Nagrax will just have to improvise. Right, so Nagrax will take a couple of deep breaths, and then he will sort of try to shake this guy awake.
Okie dokie. You shake him, and at first it doesn't seem to do anything, but then he suddenly jolts to, and he kind of just flails his arms around. But it's, what did... He kind of backs up a little bit against the wall. What?
Sorry. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about the wand, but
Shush! Fuck my head.
I'm sorry. I followed you out, but I heard some commotion, and then I ran over here, and you seem to be tied up, and oh god, this is all too much.
He kind of looks around, so I pat himself down. God damn, I got fucking mugged. The boss is not gonna like this. Shit. Fuck.
Hey, listen, I might be able to help you out here. I met a friend. He's very interested in purchasing some of the merchandise. Maybe you could set up a meeting with him and recoup your losses.
He looks at you for a second. Make a performance.
Okay.
This is payback bug.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I mean, to be fair, I thought that was okay.
And I was going to roll anyway.
Sort of nat one, I just drop an octave at the end.
Now one, you drop the hat.
Yeah, fair. It's like, oh, I can explain. Anyway, no, that doesn't happen, so what does this guy do in response?
What's he after?
Well, he just wants what you gave me. He used to work for a factory. He wants revenge. It's very similar to me, actually. He seemed like he had quite a lot of money. Seemed to want to dream big.
He reaches into his back pockets and then kind of looks back and clicks his teeth. God damn it. Right. I think I remember the way back to the camp. Okay then. Right. I tell you what. Tell your friend that tomorrow night I'll be visiting and I'll have the same thing. It's going to be more though. It's going to be 750.
Seemed like you would be good for it, though.
I'll be back there then. Providing the boss doesn't fucking kill me. He kind of gets up to his feet, stumbles a little bit. He's keeping his hand on his face where he was hit. He's kind of rubbing the marks from the gauntlets. Alright, listen, okay. I'll be back tomorrow, 7:50, He just kind of waves his hand and starts to walk away.
Same place?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
That is trying to pass away out of sight.
Okay. Nagrax will wait until he can no longer hear his footsteps before moving away.
Okay.
I suppose Nagrax, not knowing exactly where the other guys were, would start moving towards the direction of where he last heard them. And just kind of look around initially to see whether he can see them anywhere.
I'm still hiding.
So
You see a piece of wood. It's standing up, but you assume it's probably just stood in the ground or something.
Huh. Sort of like, so Nagrax will just sort of like step near the walls and he'll just say, Lintz, Simeon, Minion, are you around? Yeah.
So, Grex, your business is concluded. I'd just come out hiding.
I mean, I thought I put on a quite good performance. That was impressed. Wait, you did all that with just a piece of wood?
Nargak stood near me.
Yes, he's actually right beside you.
I'll reach out into the darkness and grab it.
Oh God! Why is
Be on
why is everyone?
on your guard.
Yes, I suppose. I should probably take my own advice. Why? Were you just watching me?
Pretty much.
Yes. We were hiding. We thought you could handle it yourself. You did very well.
Nagrax takes a moment to recompose himself and just goes, well, I mean, if you had time for this tomfoolery, you surely overheard what I learned.
Yes, I did.
7:50, same place, tomorrow night. Guy will be meeting us again. Now, because I met him as that guy, he doesn't actually know what the contact looks like, so any of us will be able to stand in.
He didn't seem too worried about being knocked out, but he might recognise me.
I think it's needless
I
to
have
say.
a hat.
I mean, we both have the means to change our appearance, so. And, well, if push comes to shove,
Can I? And I'll put my hood up.
that isn't exactly the same thing, but very impressive. But anyway, at least we have a lead. He mentioned some sort of camp as well during his conversation. I don't suppose he said anything to you before you knocked him out.
Not much. Something about help.
Was it on the maps you found there, Simeon?
Maps?
Yeah, the guy had these.
Let me see that actually. Nagrax has a look at the maps.
Yeah, the map shows a little kind of campsite that's to the north, I think it's northeast of the town.
It might be worth checking this place out. We have a lead now at 7:50 tomorrow night. But we could. That gives us. In fact, what time is it, dude?
You would probably guess around 10 o'clock at night.
About 10 o'clock at night, so Nagrax will say. We have almost 24 hours until we need to attend this next meeting, so if we don't find out anything before then, we could probably at least. I don't know.
Did we get a time on the meet?
7:50.
Is that not the amount of gold it cost?
Yes.
What was the amount of. Oh, he just said it would be more, didn't he?
Said it'd be 750.
It'll be 750 gold. Oh, I thought you said the time was 750.
Nope. Don't think I actually said it out.
Pretty sure.
Similar time then.
Yeah. Pretty sure I said similar or same time.
Similar, same time. Okay, I thought you said 750. I think I misunderstood you there. Okay, no.
I mean, it did say 750, but it was in relation to gold, not time.
I'll shout out to Nagrax losing a lot of those brain cells. Okay, so in that case, so we have roughly 24 hours. I'd probably say we just go to the bar early, just in case he's a little bit earlier.
Yes, I don't
Sounds
think
drink.
we have to go back to the bar. Do I have to?
Tomorrow? Yes, why? In
I
fact,
usually have a problem drinking Flint.
why did you leave the bar, actually?
I will explain what happened with the shadows.
With the
When-
shadows, what are you talking about? Is there anything?
I'm explaining what happened.
Okay, he explains about how basically everything around him seems to start to twist and grow, with the shadows growing deeper, everything becoming more menacing whilst he was in the bar. And he fled before he even realised it.
And this is the first time this has happened, or have you experienced this before?
Can I tell it's part of what the demon gave me?
You're not sure.
Were you trying to do anything at the time?
I was trying to persuade the guy to delve his secrets to me. Trying to gain his trust.
Were you trying to use magic?
No. I can use magic fine, as you surely got my message.
Yes, that is very true. I mean, there's so much about your condition that we're unaware of. Anyway, we should probably get out of this alley. Actually, Doom, at this moment, does Nigrax and the party still hear the commotion from the alley earlier on in the night when they found that body?
No.
Okay, Nigrax will comment on the fact that they can no longer hear it and just say, it doesn't seem that there's any commotion from where we passed earlier. It might be wise to go back to the guild via a slightly different route, just in case they're still looking for perpetrators or questioning people around there.
I mean, they can't prove it was us, right?
No,
We
but
didn't leave anything behind.
it's not we did leave in haste, and well, frankly, if we don't have to answer any questions, it will be, well, better for all involved.
Yes, I'm very poor at answering questions.
Anyway, shall we be going?
Sure.
Did we take that wand off that guy?
I assume so. When
Yeah, because
Flint
Flint
looking over it.
inspected it, so I would have assumed.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I think beyond going out of the alley and suggesting that we go back to the guild via a different, Nigrax will also chime in and say we may want to consider going to that camp either now while it's still dark, just so we've got the cover of night, or go quite early next morning. I imagine, though they didn't specify how long we've got for this, I assume that we're on the clock to get this done.
It's a smart move. I think you played your part well, but he could have been spooked. Don't want him alerting the camp and then moving on.
Yes.
Well, let's go now.